Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and today I'm here with my video on Moda Block Heads 3 Block 25. This block is called Corner Garden. It's by Robin Pickens, and it's a super fun block. And I have a few tips and tricks that I used when I was making mine, and I'll give those to you right now. This garden block by Robin Pickens was so much fun. I really had a good time making it the other day. You will need to go to Robin's blog to get the PDF pattern, and I will have a link to that. And she does have this block for you in 4 sizes, the 4-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch, and 12-inch. I made the 8-inch. I feel like the 4-inch is going to be really cute. I almost thought about making it just for fun. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's also a little more difficult than it looks because you have so many different pieces and you want to get them to the correct size. So for the flower portions of the blocks, you do have some simple squares and rectangles. Just make sure those are cut accurately. And then you have the 8 half-square triangles. I feel like with just 8, it's kind of up to you whether you use triangle paper for those or whether you just make them slightly larger and trim them down. I did not use triangle paper for these because there were just 8, and that's kind of around my limit. If there are more than 8, I'll definitely use triangle paper, but I did just make these bigger and trim them down. So these 2 sections of the block are pretty self-explanatory and very simple. These leaf sections are made by, first, the 2 different green fabrics, you make half-square triangles. And so that goes together really well. And then these background pieces, the best way to add them is to use the mini simple folded corners ruler. And I use that to add all 4 of these squares. And you don't need to change any of the cutting dimensions. Just cut everything the way it is in Robin's pattern and you'll be fine. And then you're going to add these narrow borders to each of those leaf sections to make them the same size as the flower sections. And it does get a little bit tricky because you are working with pretty small pieces of fabric for these borders, especially if you're making the 6-inch or the 4-inch size block. So just really be sure that your 1/4-inch seam allowance is right on so that these don't come out too small. If your seam allowance is too big, then you'll have a problem getting these to match up to the flower sections. But again, this was a super fun block. I'll put a link to Robin's blog in the description so that you can go there and get all of the pattern directions and kind of see what she's done with this. And I'll also put a link to the mini simple folded corners ruler. I hope you enjoyed today's video tutorial. This was such a fun block. I'm sure Robin's going to have lots of options. She's been doing some really fun color and setting options with everyone's blocks, and so I'm sure you'll want to be sure to stop by her blog today. You'll need to go there to get the pattern, but I also am betting she'll have a really fun post about this block and all of the options. I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel, and thanks so much for stopping by.